Okay, so this is how you do the toss technique. So what you're going to do is you're going to move the tambourine up and down from your elbow. So it's going to be like this. And then your right hand, or whichever hand isn't holding the tambourine, is going to be playing the attacks. So first you isolate your elbow by going... And then once you learn how to do that, you can isolate it in your wrist. So... And then what you're going to do is kind of, to fix your tempo changes and articulation that you want to change, you put like a mix between your elbow and your wrist depending on what you want. So... Okay. So this is the opposable thumb technique. What you're going to do is you're going to be oscillating from your middle finger to your thumb on the tambourine. So it's just like going like this. You'd have those attacks, but instead you get two because you're using your middle finger and your thumb. So you keep your hand in kind of like a crescent half moon shape, and you'll just change back and forth. So. And the part of the finger that I'm using is like the pad right here. It's not really the tip of my finger, but that might just be because I have nails. But you just switch back and forth, and when you switch between your ring finger and your thumb, it's kind of like a rocking motion. So. Next is the finger rolls. So you can use your thumb to do rolls, and then your attack is going to be with your wrist. So, but I don't really like doing that because then you have to turn your wrist around funny. So then it like adds extra time before you do your attack. So what I like to do is use my middle finger, because then I can just go straight down with my wrist attack, and you can change the volume. You can make it louder or softer even when you're using your middle finger. So I like to keep my finger at about a 45-degree angle. When a lot of people that they're not getting their finger rolls to come out, it's because their fingers are too flat against the tambourine. So you're not actually perpendicular, but if you think about moving your hand more perpendicular, it helps a lot. So I go like this. And you can, to get your hand to be moist, if you have really dry hands, you can breathe on it like with hot air and go, and then rub your fingers together so that way the oil gets a little bit more. So that's what I like to do instead of licking your finger, because licking your finger is kind of gross. So it goes like this. Also, instead of using a wrist attack that's more loud, you can use a thumb attack. I had to learn how to do it with my thumb bracing my middle finger at first though, so I could only do wrist attacks, but then once my finger got stronger, I could take it off and do the thumb. So next is the horizontal oscillation. So it's kind of like doing one-handed rolls on a marimba. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your hand like this, and each attack is once the tambourine stops moving left or right. So in order to change your tempo, you change how far the tambourine is moving back and forth, or just how fast you're moving it. So it looks like this. So next is the vertical oscillation. It's almost exactly the same as the horizontal oscillation. It's just that now your arm is vertical. So it's that your attack changes left and right whenever the tambourine stops. And then to change the tempo, you change the speed of your hand or how far it's moving.